What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K. We're back again with another special stream. Today we're going to be doing the PlayStation 5 Pro showcase with Mark Cerny. I'm very excited about that. And because of that, I had to change my job schedule. What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K. We're back again with What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K. We're back again with another special stream. Today we're going to be doing the PlayStation 5 Pro showcase with Mark Cerny. I'm very excited about that. And because of that ledge break and stretching my legs, I just figured, hey, why not log off real quick, talk to you guys about something that I had heard yesterday while I was at my place of business, and was like, oh man, that's an interesting topic. And that topic is should the Series S be done with? And shout out to Reforged Gaming. This was something that he was talking about with his subscribers. And the topic was, look, the Series S has ruined it for so many people. How do you see Microsoft trying to move away from the Series S if they want to get a stranglehold back in the console community, or even be competitive once again? I think Microsoft is trying to do something totally different. And I think they've abandoned console sales altogether. I mean, off the bat, in order for them to even battle PlayStation in regards to consoles, Yeah, they would have to get rid of this series. They would have. It would take a substantial financial investment, which they got the war chest to do. You just spent, $75 billion for Activision Blizzard. I say you take another $2 to $4 billion. And this is what, if they really wanted to get back in the console battle, they could easily do this. Take $2 to $4 billion and tell every Series S owner, look, if you want to, you can keep the Series S, but ongoing, we're not going to force developers to support the Series S starting in 2026. So you have until August 30th of 2025 to send back your Series S or trade it in or whatever, and you'll get full value towards the Series X. Like in the early model Series X. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll give you full value towards a Series X. Like, kind of like what they did with the Xbox 360. How they had to spend like $1 billion to replace your 360. Trade in the Series S towards the Series X. That's going to take you about $2 to $3 billion. Another $1 billion, or maybe even $2 billion, if they were serious about getting back in the game, I would have Grand Theft Auto day and date in Game Pass. That would be another one. I would believe like $1 to $2 billion. So $2 billion to replace the Series S for the people that want to do it through August 30th, 2025, and another $1 to $2 billion to have Grand Theft Auto day and date in Game Pass. That way, whether you upgrade to the Series X with your Series S, whether you go and you play GTA on a Fire Stick, whatever. Excuse me, regardless of how you do it, you can get a hold of GTA, any type of game that you are that could. If they spent that $4 billion to do that, I think that would really make their entire ecosystem competitive. But But Microsoft doesn't have the appetite for that. Here's what I think Microsoft is going to do. Microsoft is going to sell games a la carte wherever they can to whomever they can, including PlayStation. They're going to lean heavy on PlayStation, Steam, whatever, with the hopes of using that money to subsidize Game Pass. And they're going to use Game Pass growth as their way to reach gamers. Game Pass on your Fire Stick, Game Pass on your PC, Game Pass on your wherever you can get Game Pass. I do think that they're going to reinvigorate the whole Game Pass approach, but it's not going to be as cheap as it once was. You're going to have different tiers. You're going to have the PC tier. You're going to have the ultimate tier. If you're on a console, that's going to be your best bet to give you day access to everything. I actually think the best way to engage Xbox, which it could be a little pricey depending upon, depending upon how you look at it, but I would get Game Pass for $12 a month, or hell, you can go get a key somewhere. I get keys for like $6 for PC Game Pass, but you can get a PC Game Pass $12 a month, right? And then go and I would get GeForce Now Ultimate. Now you can get GeForce Now Ultimate for either $120 or was it $200 a year, $120 a year, I think it is, or $20 a month, however you slice it. This can be a little pricey, But that's your best way to get access to the games on Game Pass and get them in the best fidelity and the best performance. Because if you use Ultimate Game Pass and Game Cloud, you're restricted to the performance that is in the cloud, which is based upon what's on the console. So your best bet to me is Game Pass PC, and how you get the Game Pass PC games anywhere is through NVIDIA GeForce Now. Now, you don't have to get Ultimate. You can get the regular GeForce Now Priority, which is cool, which is a cool way to play games. But if you want all the bells and whistles, then I would suggest upgrading to Ultimate. You know what I mean? So basically, yeah, you can get GeForce Now Priority that runs still 1,000 times better than xCloud. Play all your Game Pass games through there. Your PC Game Pass games. That PC Game Pass is $12 a month. Priority is $10 a month. So for a couple dollars more than what you get for Game Pass Ultimate, you get to play your Xbox games the best way. That's my suggestion. But I think what Xbox is going to do is they're going to put their games everywhere that they can in order to subsidize Game Pass. Because instead of them trying to get anywhere between 80 to 100 million consoles sold, they'd rather have 80 to 100 million subscribers. If they get 80 to 100 million subscribers, that they're getting anywhere between what? Let's do the short math rule. And of course, this is subject to change. Because the prices are going to go up. Let's say $12. What's that? 12 times 12 is what? 240, right? No, 144. Okay, I was confused. So you can get anywhere between $144 to $240 every year from 80 million people. Let's do the math. So if we say 240 times 80, so that's what, hold on, let's do this again. Let me 240 times 80 million people. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's 19 billion 200 million a year just off the Game Pass, right? And so then within Game Pass, if you have like DLC, right? If you have DLC that's there via the Leviathan.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, look, I'm sorry that I cut that video off. If you were enjoying it, don't fret. It's going to go live tomorrow for the public around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're like, damn, MM, I was really digging that and I want to hear it now, become a member. It's a members video right now that you can become a member and check it out. It's the Xbox's new strategy. But that video will go live tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the public. Here's why I'm stopping you guys right now, or stopping that video right now. I was been supposed to play this, right? Now, what is this? This is again an excerpt from our member stream that we do every Monday through Friday. It's called Early Bird Special. So this particular Early Bird Special on the 4th of September, we were talking about Concord and shit. And I kind of went into like a little epic rant about Concord. I think it's more than fitting because, people are going to say, Cold Blood, oh, you ain't talking about Concord, but you're talking about Sarah Bond and her hatred for Phil Spencer. Now, we got a little something for Concord. So here's what we're going to do. We were talking about Concord in the chat. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to play this little epic rant that I had about Concord. Let me line it up so Cold Blood can hear it too. Hold on. This was really what we were supposed to play at the beginning now, but here we go. We're going to get into it. Let me change this here. Concord rant. Or no. Damn it. No. That's not right. Let me fix this. My Concord rant. Ooh, Jesus Christ. MM2K Concord rant. Okay, here we go. All right. Now we can play that. That's on the screen. I got that up there for Cold Blood. Okay, here we go. Here goes my epic Concord rant. Let's go. This is. I mean, this one. Oh my God. This one isn't too bad, but the rest of them are fucking horrible, bro. Okay, just to give a little context too. What I'm talking about here is the art design of Concord. I think Concord was just shut down or something like that. And then we were fucking with the character designs and the art design of the characters and how fucking pathetic they look, right? So we just to give you context of what we're talking about here. All right, so back to the video. Like this right here, like what the fuck is here? Let me put this on the screen. So I totally agree with this. They were like whoever greenlit Concord after seeing these character designs should pay back 200 million. What the fuck they were thinking? Yeah, like we made fun of Doll in his cooking gloves or them's. I don't fucking know. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Like this looks like a snot bubble that someone just blew on somebody and shit. I don't know what the fuck is that. Now this one, I mean, it's not great, but I don't think it's awful. Yeah, man, it's all right. I don't think that one's too bad. But what the fuck is this? What is this? Like, yeah, this shit was trash.
Bro, that's ChatGPT creations.
Yeah. That is horrible. Sean knows what's coming. That, a vacuum cleaner part? And the dude from what is that gun? The knuckler? What is that? What is that? I mean, it just looks ugly. It just looks so unappealing and ugly. Like I said, this one, it's not, ooh, this is dope. I mean, it doesn't look bad. But this motherfucker, what the fuck is this? There's a flag there and shit. What is this? This is horrible. Like whoever is the art designer, I want you to go, you, the art designer of Concord. I want you to go around and I want you to slap everybody in the studio. And I want you to say, why didn't you save my career by telling me this is dog shit? Do not ever post this publicly. Because now I'm fucked. I will never get another game designing job elsewhere.
Sean says, peak American build.
Oh my, like, bro. This is awful.
Oh, I wish they show us the concept art for the other characters in this fucking show that's coming up.
Yeah, it looks like they better cancel that episode. Sony better go out there.
No, brother, no. I want to see that shit, bro.
Sony better go out there and they better say, okay, look, man. Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'll give Cold Blood his flowers. Herman Hulse needs to go on trial. I never would have thought that he would have did such a colossal fuck up like this, but he has. Releasing this game, when you released it with that pricing structure, Don't worry, y'all.
If
Jim Ryan was around, I don't think this would have happened. Like, if Jim Ryan was still around, see, people wanted to blame Jim Ryan for this. I think if Jim Ryan was still around after the aftermath of the ABK deal and where they landed now, I think Jim would have said, you know, okay, maybe I did. I panicked. Okay, I panicked. Concord is delayed, y'all. We're sorry. We're going back and we're reevaluating Concord. It's coming back out, but we're taking an opportunity to add more to it and, you know, make it even better than just our typical games as a service. You know, we saw an opportunity with Concord to add even more to it because we no longer are drumming to the games as a service schedule that we had before. What's the motherfucker? It's raining. Did and panicked and said, "Oh my! Look at this, dude! Like what the fuck is this? Tomais Amiri? Who? You know who this fucking looks like? What's the motherfucker? It's raining, man! Hallelujah! Is it the weather girls and shit? What do they call? What are they? It's raining. Who's saying it's raining men? Let me show you right now. The weather girls. Yeah, they're called the weather girls. It's raining men. Hallelujah. It's raining men. Oh no, y'all gonna be mad at me. Oh shit. Ah, God. Hold on, motherfucker. Oh shit. Oh man. I could, yeah. Yeah. Oh, y'all gonna be mad at me. Oh God. This is what the fuck this looks like, bro. What? I don't care. Just send me there. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Send me the photos. It's raining, man. Hallelujah. It's rain. That's what the fuck that looks like, bro. You can't tell me that ain't one of the fucking weather girls. It's raining, man. Hallelujah. There he goes. It's one of the weather girls. What the fuck? Hallelujah. Raining man. Yeah. There she go right there. Man. Hey yo, what the fuck? Who hired this dude? Whose mans is this? Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying, Sean? Look at, hey, bro. Look, she even got the prototype on. Look, that's the original outfit. Oh, shit, hold on. The brain, man. Look at this shit. Look at that. Oh, God. She got the fucking, hey, yo, he said I almost broke my phone. Look at that, bro. Am I lying? Am I right? Am I right or am I correct? Look at this motherfucker.
Bro, this should be the intro to our next podcast, bro. You just ranting at this shit.
Hallelujah! It's raining, man. Hey, hey. Look at this shit.
Yeah, I gotta clip that. I gotta like fully clip that. Oh shit, bruh. I said, hold on. This motherfucker looked like one of the weather girls. Pulled it up. she had on the same outfit and everything. Yo, they was bugging. Look at that. Shit. They was bugging with that art design, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna clip that shit. I'm gonna clip that. Edit it. It's just gonna take some time that I really didn't have access to. Oh, what's up, everybody? Look at them, they're mad. Oh man, why y'all talk about Concord again? Oh, don't do that. Ah! You fuck Concord. Don't fuck about that goddamn game. Shit was trash. What's up, everybody? It's your boy MM2K. I'm back here with Cold Blood. We're back here with episode 76 of NRO Podcast. We got a hell of a podcast for you. There's like a whole bunch of shit to get into today. Oh, excuse me. Cold Blood, how you doing today, good brother?
I'm doing great.
Oh man. Yeah, we got some shit from Digital Foundry.
Oh,
go ahead, brother.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
They roasting your background right now.
They roasted my background?
Yeah, your background gameplay.
What is that? I don't even think this is mine. What is that? That's Godfall gameplay. Oh, is that Godfall? Yeah. What's that game you got on the screen? That's Godfall. Y'all remember Godfall from launch? Yeah, that's Godfall. Hit that like button. We need one more like. I know y'all were sensitive, but we were gonna play that because more colossal information or rumors, whatever you want to call it, dropped about Concord. I have my doubts, Cold Blood, that shit cost $400 million. I got my doubts, but you never know. He says I'm still in people's gameplay now. This is gameplay footage. Y'all mad because y'all not angry because of Concord? That's a gameplay trailer, my friend. That's all that is. It's a gameplay trailer. That's it. But yeah, we got news from Digital Foundry. We caught Alex out here frauding from Digital Foundry. We got some news about this late breaking story that was released by Bloomberg about Sarah Bond. Very telling. You guys already heard about Concord, which is always going to be a laughing joke. You guys need to get over it. No, nothing from PlayStation can be laughed at. They got to get over that shit. Y'all is heavily treading into fanboy territory when y'all can't even be self-deprecating. That shit was funny. Concord was comical cord. That's what it should be called. Comical cord. With that said, Cold Blood, what's been going on, good brother? What you been gaming on this week, man?
Astrobot, Space Marine, and on the side I played some Persona 4.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I've been all Space Marine. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to play anything else. Oh no! I'm lying. I'm lying. I actually played some Starfield. I played the Ascension. I played the Ascension mod on Starfield. It makes the game feel a little bit better with the movement and speed and stuff like that. But the game at its core is just flawed. It's just boring and flawed. So even though they make the character move around, they make the enemy interaction OP. Like, they shoot you a couple of times or one or two times, you're dead. This is like a purebred. They want to make it like a purebred shooter brawler. Like nobody's a sponge in this thing. you either kill or be killed. But that still doesn't make up for the fucked up nature of the game. So, that being said, yeah, that's what I got into a little bit. I tried to make some video footage of it, and it didn't work out as planned. So you guys won't see that. You guys won't be tortured by that. But that's everything that we've been able to get into. Let's go and do some honorable mentions. Let me get out of here. I'm out of my Concord rant. Let's do honorable mentions. Oh, come on. Honorable mentions. You guys can't say anything. You see them cold blood? The motherfuckers left. Oh my God, they're gonna do it again. And when I thought it was over, why can't we talk about Astrobot, dude? Why are we talking about Concord? No. Motherfuckers scattered like roaches. Y'all are pathetic. Anyway, honorable mentions. Let's get to it. So, our good friend Alex Battaglia, right? Alex Bugaga, as they're calling him in the chat. What did Alex do this time? Well, here's why I went on the rant the other day about Digital Foundry. You guys liked that video. But besides liking it and finding it entertaining, I hope you guys understand the message that was being shared there. Like, honestly, Alex is when it comes to talking anything PlayStation, he's a fraud. Alex is actually Alex Bugaga, whatever the fuck his name is. And how come I can't find my tweet all of a sudden? Somebody delete my tweet? Hold on, what the fuck? Hold on. Okay. Profile, I can't even find my tweet of Bugaga. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong thing here. Okay, all right, now let's try this. Profile. Let's see if we can find my tweet. There he goes. So, Alex had the audacity earlier today, cold blood, to go out here and put this out here in regards to Silent Hill. Alex has Silent Hill 2, your gamer put out here, Silent Hill 2 remake will be a PlayStation 5 console exclusive for 1 year. And Alex went out here and put pathetic. So I have the laughing emoji here, right? Because now all of a sudden it's pathetic when a PlayStation game is getting, some type of exclusive rights. Now it's pathetic, right? But where were you when, let's just say Stalker? Where the fuck were you when Stalker? Hey, let's go back here because you guys probably didn't see the tweet. Here it goes. Alex says, pathetic to Silent Hill 2 remake will be a PlayStation 5 console exclusive. Thank you for the donation, Twisted Sin. He said, we grinders call him Alex Baguga. Okay. What's up, Ice Queen Gaming? Good to see you, sweetheart. This is what he put out there. But here's the irony of all that. Let's take Stalker 2, for instance, right? Stalker 2 is a game that's being exclusive for Xbox. Now it's rumored 3 months or 6 months, but the overall theme here is exclusivity. What's the rules? Pathetic, right? What does Alex have to say about Stalker 2? Let's look. Stalker 2 looks just like what I want. This is also the first time I've seen the G36, its original configuration since forever. Thank you, Ukraine. Whoa. Okay, well, maybe that's just one tweet. Pretty sure he talks about Stalker 2 exclusivity being pathetic or sickening somewhere else, right? Yeah, he said something else about Stalker. Let's see what he said. Oh, he said Stalker 2 looks just like what I want. Oh, no, I just read that. And his response in that same thread, very excited to see it in the flesh when it comes to launch. Best to you all in the team. Okay, that's not talking about how pathetic the exclusivity deal is, right? Right? Surely there's something else he says. Oh, we found it. We found something else he said. Yeah. Oh, we found, oh, what's this? I am so proud of GSC for their work on Stalker 2. It's looking incredible. Hold on. Why is this incredible? But this is pathetic. Incredible. Pathetic. Incredible. Pathetic. Now, tell me where I'm wrong, Cold Blood or chat. Are not both games releasing day and date on a particular console and on PC? Is that right or wrong? Last time I checked, they're both releasing on, they're going to be a console exclusive, one for Xbox, one for PlayStation. But then they're both launching on PC. Okay. Then also riddle me this. Isn't Alex from Digital Foundry, isn't he the PC guy? Right? So if this game is launching on PC just like Stalker 2 is, what the fuck is the problem? You're the PC guy. Why do you care if Silent Hill is going to be a console exclusive? But it's incredible in regards to the launch of Stalker 2. Help me understand. Can anybody out there help me understand that? Again, it's incredible that Stalker 2 is launching on Xbox only for consoles and PC, but it's pathetic that Silent Hill 2 is launching on PlayStation and PC. What's the problem? Now, Not Your Mother, we've heard that it's a 3-month exclusivity deal, but we don't know. We're hearing it's 3 months or 6 months. We don't know. We haven't got confirmation on that. We don't know how long it is. It could be more, it could be less. But before we even knew what this was, we got Alex in 2022 talking as early as 2022, talking about how great this is, how this is incredible. He said this in 2022, not 2024, not 2023. Definitely in 2022, we didn't have any iota of how long this is. We still really don't. It's being rumored that it is, but we don't know. And Alex didn't know in 2022, but it was still incredible. What's up, Purple Haze? What's going on? Why is it incredible that Stalker 2 is coming to PC and Xbox only, but it's pathetic that Silent Hill 2 remake, a remake of all things, is coming to PlayStation 5 only and PC? Alex is the PC guy. The only thing that's different here is what? This is a PlayStation exclusive instead of an Xbox exclusive. Wow. Isn't that something? So Xbox exclusives, third-party exclusives, are incredible. PlayStation exclusives are pathetic. We already talked about this in regards to Alex. We showed y'all the Digital Foundry video where him, Oliver, and Richard Ledbetter were talking, and the hate was seething from his face. Like when Oliver was essentially, in so many words, telling Alex, all your disgruntled words about the PlayStation 5 Pro is not that serious, bro. Chill out. You could have seen his face turned red. I showed you where his face looked like a Mike and Ike. Show you one more thing. You don't believe me? You think I'm over exaggerating? Shout out to Oliver Darko. Because he put this out here, I think, for a more poignant perspective. The logic of Digital Foundry contributor Alex. PlayStation 12-month time exclusivity for one Konami game is pathetic. Xbox permanent exclusivity for dozens of Bethesda games, interesting. Here goes this being pathetic. Doom and Windows have such a storied history. Listen to this. Now, it was a match made in heaven. Doom and I guess it's now a storied future. Bethesda exclusivity, interesting. Like, what makes this pathetic that less gamers are going to play it? Did you give a fuck about that here? Because these games from Bethesda were coming out regardless. As a matter of fact, because Microsoft didn't help anything. If anything, Microsoft hurt shit. They're putting out dog shit that the companies wouldn't have put out otherwise, and cutting games that are critically acclaimed. Do you truly think you have a better Bethesda now because they're owned by Microsoft? Fuck it, let me not just surmise that. Let's put it in a poll. Let's put it in a poll. Is Bethesda better now that they, hold on, whoa, what's going on here? Is Bethesda a better developer now that they are owned by Microsoft / Xbox? I'll ask you guys. Fuck it, because all I do is rant, Cold Blood. That's all I do. We're gonna ask them. Is Bethesda a better developer now? The Bethesda that's looked at Redfall and said, this is trash, this needs to sit on the shelf. But then the Microsoft / Xbox that swoops in and says, oh, I'm Phil Spencer. I'm going to introduce this to the public. The same one that put out really a game, as far as a game loop incomplete version of Starfield. Because we know Bethesda would have delayed it into high heaven like they do all of their games. Here's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm not even mad at Alex for his opinion. That's his opinion. I don't care. The problem is that Alex is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Cold Blood pointed this out a couple shows ago. Alex, at his core, is a PlayStation hater and an Xbox fanboy at his core. He came on the scene. Cold Blood made you aware of this. He came on the scene, sitting there praising and nut lapping Xbox. I love their games. I love their games. You're hard pressed to find that type of nut lapping coming from him in regards to PlayStation. That's fine. That's his opinion. But as Xbox was starting to fail, and all the shit that Alex and others at Digital Foundry were saying about the Series S capabilities and PlayStation maybe not being able to do this, as that started to fall apart, all of a sudden Alex becomes the resident PC guy. You notice that all of a sudden? He's the resident PC guy, like a lot of PC dudes who were former Xbox nutlappers. So to mask his Xbox Infinity for Phil Spencer, he's now I'm a PC guy. Who was salivating at the chance to attack the PlayStation 5 Pro, and in his words say it's not worth it. When you're the PC guy, what do you have to even do? Why are you even here? Like, it should have been Richard, Oliver, and John. You're the pure PC guy, right? What are you even doing here? And that leads to my overall bigger point. This falls on Digital Foundry. Because you are placating this facade. This dude is an Xbox fanboy, it's clear. Not a problem. We know that Oliver is a PlayStation enthusiast, maybe borderline fanboy himself. You guys have Oliver talking the PlayStation stuff primarily when the focus is on PlayStation. Oliver's always around. If the focus is PC or Xbox, that's where fucking Alex belongs. He can tweet what he want to tweet, but he clearly does not belong in a conversation about PlayStation. And Digital Foundry, this falls on you. Because now you got a whole bunch of fanboys running around. This is Digital Foundry's take. This is Digital Foundry's take. And they're taking the excerpt from Alex. That's why I went out and countered the other day and put Oliver's excerpt out there to say no. Because you guys didn't feel like, you guys went out there and corrected the record about your stance on the 4070. But when the internet ran wild about this is Digital Foundry's take on the PlayStation 5 Pro, when it was purely from Alex, a PlayStation hater and an Xbox fanboy, you let people run amok with that and didn't even highlight what Oliver did. And we had to be the sole people to do that shit. And shout out to Oliver, because when PlayStation gave them that Final Fantasy VII footage, I'd be willing to bet my right arm they likely said, we want Oliver to review this. Do not have Alex nowhere near this shit. Don't put Alex is not to be in the room for this. So if you guys want to be looked at as the stewards of technical and unbiased and all other shit, yeah, you're going to have people that have certain opinions, but you got to put them in the right slots. Like, let me give you an example. I own Cloud Dosage. It's a great cloud publication, right? With a lot of gamers who were originally disenfranchised from gaming. Not all of them, but most of them were disenfranchised from gaming. They got into gaming when Stadia came around, and now they have a newfound appreciation for gaming. And there's certain things that a lot of these cloud platforms are doing that where we complain about them, they feel like, oh, this it's not a problem for us, right? We think it's cool. We don't get you guys, but they're serving a totally different demographic versus someone like myself who's been gaming for 40 plus years, and I'm highly critical of everything. And so we have a lot of gaming debates about shit because I've seen it all, to where someone that's newer to gaming, like I had this conversation with Doc Dark. Shout out to Doc Dark, it's the homie. He came during one of my game streams when I was talking about why people don't like Starfield. I'm like, bro, you like Starfield because you don't play Bethesda games. You're new to Bethesda games. So all the open world exploration and picking up this cup and all these sandwiches, that's new to you. It seems so free roaming and shit like that, right? And that's awesome. You know, because the Bethesda experience has the new car smell to you. And that first time you come across that Bethesda experience at any level, it's going to be enthralling. That's fine. However, I've experienced the Bethesda experience for over 2 decades. It doesn't have the new car smell anymore. And as a matter of fact, I've experienced the Bethesda experience when it was at its best. Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Skyrim. So to go from that, how it was applied there, and go to how it's applied to Starfield, it's a serious downgrade. Does Starfield look better and it feel more modern? Absolutely it does, but at its core, its systems and its gameplay loop are nowhere near as intricate and as fucking well put together. Again, it's even Fallout 3, Fallout 4, which isn't my favorite, but significantly better than Starfield and Skyrim. And if they were to remaster, if they were to take the physics and the looks from Starfield, apply that same physical technology or put it in its new updated engine now to make it look as modern as Starfield does, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout 4 would blow. Y'all wouldn't even pick up Starfield anymore. Y'all would say, what the fuck? What was I playing? Y'all wouldn't even want to touch Starfield anymore. It's just that those games look dated now. Starfield looks more modern to where you look at those and you're like, whatever. But I was explaining to Doc, it's the new car smell for you. I don't have that new car smell. I've been doing this for decades and decades and decades. The pork and beans and the chicken McNuggets don't hit the same way at 46 as they did at 6. Okay? So when we're having these discussions with other gamers that have done this for a long time, it's not fair to them, or it wouldn't be fair to you guys for me to go rope those guys in and put them into this discussion, because they're going to be talking about things are awesome or things are bad that you guys cannot relate to, that relate to these type of discussions. It's not doing you any favors. It might be entertaining. It might be comical to you in certain regards, and vice versa. Like if someone like myself were to go and talk to a group of people that don't have these concerns. But from an informational and an educational standpoint, it's not doing anybody any favors. So Digital Foundry, be a true Foundry, be unbiased, be in the middle. You're going to have people that aren't necessarily in the middle, but it's your job to put the pieces in the right places when you're having these discussions. Alex has no place in any discussion PlayStation at all. Period. Fucking period. So, just my thoughts. You have any thoughts on this, Cold-Blood? I know I did another 70-hour rant. Do you have any thoughts on Alex's hypocritical stances on pathetic when it comes to PlayStation exclusives, but incredible when it comes to Xbox exclusives?
No, I mean, you already illustrated why the fuck he should not be in a PlayStation conversation. Like, he has pure fucking hatred for this console for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. He is a fanboy.
I mean, back when we did the member stream, I had something to add to this, but now you already said it all.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, he's a fanboy, true and true. And you pointed that out, though. So to give credit where credit is due, you pointed that out. I didn't realize that. I had to go back and look at some of his older shit. Yeah, this is he's one of those people that was an Xbox fanboy and then converted. All of a sudden, now he's the PC aficionado. Now, out of likely what is his butthurt realization that the Xbox is not going to succeed the way that he and others thought it would succeed. That was his way of coping. Now I'm a PC guy. Let's go to the chat. Geek the Sneak is announced. He said, be right back. Dart said, yeah, like Xbox is capable of making a great handheld. It says, too bad they don't want to be competitive, says Mary Wilcox. Let me see what else we got here. Who else we got? We got Jonathan in the house cracking up at the Concord. Oh, we got True Virgil in the house. This program was one of the best things in game. Was one of the best things in gaming was the Xbox. And when you talking about the Xbox Ambassadors program, True Virgil, what happened to it? What happened? Were you an ambassador? And Cold-Blood, I found out what happened. Why they did this. They were giving ambassadors free Game Pass. That's why they did this. That's why they cut this motherfucker out. Yeah, I want to say something to y'all in regards to that too. Because I don't want to cover this in the Xbox thing because it doesn't make any sense. So I did some soft calculations today because in the Bloomberg article, they released some numbers that I don't think we heard systemically before. One, that there are 34 million Xbox Game Pass subscribers. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know if those numbers are concurrent. Because there was a podcaster, a very famous, I'm not going, hey bro, I know you listening, because me and you had a back and forth on this. You the homie, I'm not going to snitch on you. Me and you had a back and forth on this, and you said with most certainty that it was concurrent, it was active. Then all of a sudden, all your tweets that said that were deleted. So that 34 million, that might be lifetime. I don't think we know how many concurrent Xbox, are out there. This might just be lifetime. There might only be 20 million, less than 20 million Game Pass subscribers. Look at all the shit that they're doing. They're creating these new tiers. They killed the Ambassadors program that was giving away a lot of Xbox Game Pass. We don't know what the numbers are. But let's pretend that they are concurrent. So I went for a soft number of $15 a month at $180 a year. The reason why I selected 15 is because Game Pass Ultimate is $20, but PC Game Pass is $12. So I figured the halfway point in, because there's supposedly more PC Game Pass people than there are PC Game Pass Ultimate people or something like that. So I just went and did 15. So that's $180 a year. So if there are 34 million, $180 a year, the number I came up with was $6 billion a year. Mind you, $1 billion of that is already taken away when they $1 billion of that is already taken away when they go and they do these just for third party deals, right? So third party deals are $1 billion. So that $6 billion drops to $5 billion. Then you have these other marketing deals. You have EA and EA Play. You got, okay, we're giving out so many things of Netflix and all that other stuff. That could be another $1 billion. If so, that would take it down to $4 billion. Now we're getting into real dangerous territory. Why? Because now we got to factor in two important things. Number one, the fact that Xbox puts its games in their day and date and the cost to make those games and market them, combined with the cannibalization of the sales. We crunched the numbers before, and I think I came up with something that Xbox would, if they sold all the games that were in Game Pass instead of putting them in Game Pass, that they would get the money that they're getting from Game Pass in 3 months. I'd have to run through those calculations again to see what, everything that I did, because I ran some calculation and put it in the spreadsheet and all this other shit. And I came to the conclusion that the money that it's making annually out of Game Pass, now that they're at possibly at 34 million concurrent, it might be like 4 or 5 months, but it's still, if they were just to sell those games that are in Game Pass, there's no Game Pass, they could feasibly make that money up in less time. So when you guys hear, oh, there's 6 billion or 4 billion, when you factor in all this other shit, they're likely going to make that, they would likely make that money up if they just dumped Game Pass and just started doing sales. That's why people internally from Xbox was saying that they want to sell their games on PlayStation to subsidize Game Pass. What you got to subsidize Game Pass for if Game Pass is making $4 to $6 billion? Because the $4 to $6 billion that it's making in revenue is getting absorbed somehow. And we know Amy Hood's on top of it. She has a calculation of how much they lost just off of Starfield alone. We saw it. They lost off of Starfield not being on PlayStation. They looked at how many sales they got, how much Game Pass subscribers they got, versus had they just not went for the Game Pass approach, exclusivity is that is, and put the motherfucker on PlayStation, how much money they would have got. They spend $1 billion a year 1/6 of the revenue is spent on getting third-party games. That's just getting third-party games is $1 billion a year. That is before you factor in partnership deals that they have. Sign up for HBO and get 3 months of Game Pass. Get Discord and get 7 months of Game Pass. Those are checks that Microsoft has to write out for those deals. EA Play, Microsoft got to write those checks out. So that could be another $1 billion or more. But then that's before you get to the real meat and potatoes. The cost of the games and the marketing, along with the cannibalization of the sales. But I know that's over you guys' head. So let me continue on. Sean's cracking up. They were mad about Concord. Oh my God. Oh my God. Twisted Sisters weed grinders call him Alex Bugaga. Silent Hill 2 was originally on PlayStation, so why is this a problem now? My God. Mary, I have no idea. You got to ask Alex Bugaga. You got to ask Alex. Why is it a problem now? But I wanted to point this out so you know who the players are and what their agendas are. That's very important, Mary. You got to know who the players are and you got to know who their agendas are. Hold on, my wife is coming home. I got to close this. It's very important that you know that. It's critical that you know that. You see, it's my fault. I watched too many gaming podcasts. I was sick of Concord talk before it even came out. Yeah, I'm not doing a whole segment on Concord, but I will never hesitate on an opportunity to laugh at it. Because here. Okay, so I have a different approach. Let me say this. I want to say this. I have 5 children. I have 5 grandkids, right? All of my 5 children, with the exception of one, my oldest for some reason, they all have businesses. We're talking all the way down to 18. And my 18-year-old he's dealing with some health issues right now, and he still runs a business at 18. Our oldest grandson just went to college on a football scholarship. And he wasn't that academically, adept. He needed help academically, but he still went on a football scholarship. I don't play. The message I'm trying to make is I don't play. In this household, as crazy as me and their mother was, we strive for success. You get it however way you can. Or if you're smart, you're going to use your smarts. You're not going to sit around and lay around and be some boo. If you're not smart, okay. What are your athletic ability? Do you have any artistic? Like you're going to do something with your life. We didn't get there with our family by stroking them and holding them and giving them participation awards. We gave it to them raw. We gave it to them straight. This is how life is. This is how it's going to deal with you. This is how you need to deal with it. And whenever bonehead mistakes were made, we didn't hide over them. We didn't brush them off. I think that's the biggest thing that people can do when they want people to learn from stuff. We put a spotlight on them. You knew better than this, and you did it anyway. Because today's society wants to be they want to steer away from shaming people. We don't want to shame anybody. We don't want people to feel ashamed. Where shame is the emotion that you should feel that keeps you away from doing stupid shit over and over again. So I do believe in shaming. You knew better than that. And you still did it? That was stupid. stupid. And you're smarter than that. Don't do that. I believe in shaming. Yes, I do. Oh my God, get the channel canceled. I don't give a fuck. 5 kids, 5 grandkids. Everybody except one owns a business. Oldest one, when he turned 18, he's in college. We're not playing here. So what does that got to do with PlayStation? They're not going to know what they don't get to get away with, what they shouldn't be doing. If you just sit idly by and be like, well, PlayStation's my favorite brand, let's not bring that up again. No, they should be shamed. Concord was stupid. And I don't cut nobody no slack for shit they had no business doing and they knew better. You only become a better person, a better business, a better entity, all because of it. That's my approach. I've seen success from it. So no, I'm not one. I prefer PlayStation. I definitely do. It's by far the best platform out there. As far as consoles are concerned, they don't have any competition right now. Not to take anything from Nintendo, but Nintendo's in a completely different lane. But with that said, it's just important to know that you got to be vocal. One of the things that I've done when I was managing is I managed a call center. That's one of the places I've had to manage was a call center. And in my years in managing a call center, which can be rough, that was never the part of my job that I enjoyed. You know who the people that get the best results? I learned this a long time ago. It's the people that push buttons, that press people, that put people's feet over the fire. You told me you was going to have this resolved by Wednesday, and this isn't resolved by Wednesday. You telling me that and that not happening is purely unacceptable. I need to escalate this. Who is it that you report to? It was never the people like, oh, it's not done today. Okay, call back in 2 days. All right, those people call back in 2 days. It's still not done. Oh my gosh, well, I'm really in a fickle because I needed this resolved. Oh, call back in 3 more days. And 2 months later, it finally gets resolved. It's always those that are shrewd, direct to the point, and draw a fine line in the sand to what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. Those are the people that get things done in life. And with the rest of y'all just sitting there, well, it was my favorite brand. And he was inspired by the Weather Girls. What do you expect them to do? You are the ones that get fucked over. I don't like getting fucked over. I don't like it. And I don't accept it. So when it happens, I'm vocal about it. That's it. So it's not like wanting to beat the drum about Concord. I get where we don't want to hear it. Like I'm not going to do a whole particular segment on it. Yeah, it is what it is. But I am going to every now and again bring it up because PlayStation should be shamed for doing that. So they know never to do it again. And it would be in you guys' best interest to do the same because I'm telling you, nice people finish last. I'm not saying don't be respectable. I'm not even saying be nice. But when something unacceptable happens, when someone negligently does something that they knew better and they shouldn't have done and they were trying to be slick and they were trying to get over on you and they just happen to fall short of getting over on you, trying to be nice and sweet about the situation is going to get you fucked 99 times out of 100. You called them out on it. I knew what you were doing. You were doing something nefarious. You were doing something you knew you had no business doing. I'm not talking about a simple mistake. I'm not talking about a slip up or a mistake. Concord was not a slip up or a mistake. They talk about toxic positivity there. So it don't matter if it's PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Sega, Stadia, whatever the case may be. It don't care what it is. I had a lot of people that were mad at me over at Stadia because for 2 weeks straight, I lambasted them on their messaging for SG&E. Otherwise, I was quite happy with a lot of the things they were doing. I was quite understanding of it, them being a new, platform or service or whatever the case may be. So, I was understanding to a lot of things, but to the things that I wasn't understanding to, no, I hammered it home. I lost a lot of contacts because of that. People, DM messages that I had disappeared. Fucking people that were following me stopped following me. And it is me being critical. It is us being critical, not just me. It's us being critical. Us being critical and unrelenting in that criticism when you motherfuckers are trying to do shit purposely that got you guys coming here instead of dealing with those dumbasses out there. Those dumbasses that were telling you there were going to be 40 to 50 frame deltas. You were going to get 4K 60 across the board. Yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. You may not like how it comes out. It might be a jagged little pill, but at least you know that pill is going to work once you take it. You know we're telling you the truth. That's all I can do. That's all I know how to do. Purple Haze says they're grasping, not even hiding it anymore. Just because Bethesda is owned by Microsoft doesn't mean that they're going to improve. They're not. Yeah, absolutely. So and that's my thing. Like Alex saying that, what does that even mean? They got worse, his twisted sin. Pepper says, oh, your number from the beginning is still high. There is a significant number on Game Pass who are still on some from a discounted price. Yeah, Purple Haze. I'm playing devil's advocate and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying, what if the 34 million are concurrent? I don't believe that they are. A real famous Xbox content creator. They probably listen because I know they be lurking. That's my, and really on the download, they my homie. You know I know who you are. They lurking because they've been lurking since day one. They told me they were lurking. It's my homie. Even though we ain't kicked it in a minute, I still appreciate their shit. Famous Xbox content creator. Put something out there a while ago. Me and them were engaging in a conversation about Game Pass. There was another content creator out there in the conversation as well. I got it on good authority that these Game Pass numbers are concurrent, meaning that when they tell you there's 20 million, 34, those are active people right now. Then shortly after our conversation, because I was going to reference back to it, I had noticed they deleted everything. I said, ooh, child. I said, spoke a little too soon and someone checked you on it. So I don't even think those, if you ask me, I don't think those numbers are concurrent. Bloomberg put them out there today in a report. 34 million. I don't even know if they're concurrent. Corey Massey says, I'm all for shaming Sony, but I don't think they care. They measured the risk reward for Concord and found that the reward was greater than the risk. No, they care. Don't believe that, because you got to put all the clues together. If they didn't care, then they wouldn't put Digital Foundry. And this is another mistake of PlayStation. As much as I like Oliver, I think Oliver's a sound reviewer when it comes to PlayStation stuff, not because he's favorable towards PlayStation. Look, let's be honest. How can you not be favorable? How can you not like PlayStation if you're all about quality? If you're just about stuff in your face, then yeah, go to Game Pass. But if you're about quality, how can you not like PlayStation at this moment? Huh? How can you not like them? So I think think it's just elementary why he likes him, but I think he's a real stand-up, down-the-middle type of guy. I really like Oliver. I think he's my favorite there at Digital Foundry. That being said, and I really like Richard Ledbetter, but he's leapfrogged. Richard Ledbetter is my favorite over there. That being said, Mark Cerny is a certified fucking genius. Digital Foundry, you could take Digital Foundry and combine all their brains together somehow, and they wouldn't amass to a quarter of the intelligence of Mark Cerny, because Mark Cerny's actually making these systems. Digital Foundry just knows how they work and break them down into layman's terms. Digital Foundry has give you predictive analysis and it'd be all wrong. Mark Cerny's predictive analysis gave you rapid pack math, which beat the shit out of a $300 more expensive console in the Xbox One X. Mark Cerny has a genius that can't be comprehended at Digital Foundry. So why is Digital Foundry continuing to be the stewards of breaking down what's going on with the PlayStation 5 Pro? What am I trying to say? As much as I like Oliver's presentation of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the PlayStation 5 Pro, why did he do that presentation? Why wasn't it Mark Cerny? And why wasn't that should have been a 20-minute presentation that included his little, it should have included all that shit that he did in the 9 minutes. And then, now we're going to show you an example of PlayStation 5 Pro working in action. And that should have been his thing. Get the power out of Digital Foundry's hands, because then that gives them more power than they deserve. Stuff like that needs to be brought up. It needs to be focused on. And Corey, I disagree with your point. They do care. Jim Ryan said in the FTC trial, and if I'm lying, I'm flying. They said in the FTC trial, they're paying attention to Digital Foundry. That was one of their argument points about Call of Duty. Yeah, if Call of Duty goes there to Digital Foundry, he's going to sit there and slaughter us, Jim Ryan said. They're going to slaughter us in the Digital Foundry reviews. Why is Digital Foundry important? Because we pay attention to that. So they're all in this discourse that we do on social media. They just don't personally respond to it, which I think is a smart move. You don't personally respond because Post Up said something. Well, yeah, you think fucking Herman Hulst should be out there? Well, in regards to that young fella, the pleasantly plump fella that was sitting there eating pork rinds on screen, in response to him, no, it isn't. We are not doing this. No, they shouldn't do that. But what they should do is, if there's things going to be broke down and presented, that they do it. As much as I like Oliver's not at PlayStation. They should have done that. Why didn't they do that? Because they're paying attention, and they're fearful, and they believe that the message is more effective coming from Digital Foundry. So that is somebody that is paying attention to the discourse here. They may not respond to it, but they're paying attention to it. And how I know they're paying attention to it? Remember when the whole situation came down with two things, Corey. Number one, when PlayStation, when the messaging from Jim Ryan got all heated about when he was talking about I believe in generations, and it got misconstrued. He was meaning one thing, but the industry took it another way, but he didn't correct it. And you had people calling for his jobs, and he came out and made a statement then. More recently, when we talked about the state of play, and we gave you the response to state of play, and fucking Herman Hulst and company put out that apology letter. They're definitely paying attention. They are definitely paying attention. So He said Xbox ambassadors. Concord got hated day one by the community, day one, and now look what happened. Concord got hated. Oh, okay. Yeah. People hated it, including myself, Corey, because it didn't have enough detail, and you're asking for $700. That's why it got hated on. If they would have done what Digital Foundry just did and put that in the presentation, it would have went over so well. But you slapped on a price tag that was going to create sticker shock, and you didn't show enough detail. That's why I got hated on. Thank you, Ryan. No one really wanted Concord. You enjoyed it. Sony fans asked for Days Gone 2 for years. They shot. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that assessment. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say this without getting myself in trouble. Gotta be careful how I say this. I saw Concord in an environment well before a lot of you even knew what it was. In that environment that I've seen plenty of games through, I have never seen a game more lauded, a game more confusing to gamers, a game more upsetting. And trust me, these were not, I saw it in a setting with other PlayStation enthusiasts. Other PlayStation enthusiasts. This is before those of you that want to continuously defend it even knew what it was. I saw it. In the years that I've seen games, and I've seen many of them through this setting, this Concord got the most negative reaction that I've seen in this setting out of all the games that I've seen in this setting. That's saying a lot, because there were some stinkers. There was a reason why they showed Astrobot, Horizon, but didn't show Concord to the press. There was a reason for that. A lot of it, I would assume, because before they did those press runs with those games, the people in the setting that I'm talking about, we saw it. And that feedback was gruesome. It was gruesome. I know it was. It was gruesome. And I think that's when Sony realized, holy fuck, we totally missed the mark on this. This is not going to land well. And that's why they didn't show it off. So it's not just the response publicly. I just want to put this out there for you guys to know, not to think that Twitter had anything to do with this or fanboys had anything to do with this. I was in a setting with diehard PlayStation people. PlayStation people that defended Octodad and love games, PlayStation games more than I do. I mean, I like them recently, but these motherfuckers loved them since the beginning. In that setting, these people gave some of the most negative criticism that I've seen from any game coming through this pathway. So this whole theory that it was just hated on, no. There was a vocal minority that felt like they should ramp up the messaging behind Concord, and it just, no. You were a vocal minority. And I know from experience, Corey, so I'm letting you know, no, it wasn't that they saw this or that. They were in a point of no return. They truly thought that's why I don't believe all of it. I don't believe the 400 million, but they were in a point of no return. I believe there was a lot of toxic positivity surrounding this game. And when that game started to go into these areas where it finally was going to hit the public, I think Sony was expecting a different response, and they didn't get it. And they handled it the way that they handled it. And my message to them is don't ever do that again. Do not do that again. Here's what I think should happen with all games, and then we're going to move on. I know Cold Blood doesn't agree with this, but gamers are fickle, as they should be. If you're a gamer like myself, you got to remember, gaming's been around for years, I know a lot of you guys are newer. Maybe you've been gaming for 10, 15, 20 years. There were people that have been gaming double that time. I'm one of them. And we haven't gone anywhere. We didn't stop gaming. What the hell is this? They didn't stop gaming. We didn't. We just simply, our taste evolved and changed over time. We're still around. So when we hear, when there were certain people that get a hold of these games and they're like, what is this shit? What is going on here? Where did this come from? How did this happen? And I think a lot of times these developers lose sight of the entire demographic of gaming. They get detached from reality. And they think there's only one specific type of gamer out there. No, gaming is diverse. So believe you me, no, it's not. Believe you me, a lot of people were looking at that game and was like, no, this is not it. If Fireworks Studios gets closed down, and all we will see on Twitter is people saying, well done PlayStation for doing it. No, I don't agree with that. I mean, well, I'm not saying I don't agree with you, Ice Queen Gaming. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't agree with that if that does happen. I do see people saying that. I don't think Firewalk Studio, I feel bad for Firewalk Studios. I mean, except for the guy that made the Weather Girls and shit. Like he needs to be sat down and talked to. They be in prisons and shit, because those character designs were god awful.
That was a woman, actually.
Oh, the woman did that? Okay, well, whoever.
Yeah, and she had a fucking mental breakdown online about this shit.
All right, well, admit her, get her the help that she needs, and then tell her raining men.
Oh no! I mean, not in that way. she just straight up ranted about how they took so much time and effort to do it and shit, and now they are all fucking gone probably.
Yeah, I mean. I'm not from the era, again, of sugarcoating stuff. I'm going to tell you like I would tell my, if that woman that created that art design was one of my kids and they came home, it was one of my daughters. And she came home and she said, Dad, they are destroying me on social media. Oh, God. All I wanted to do was put kitchen gloves on one of the Weather Girls and give them a trash can for a pistol. What's wrong with that? I'd have sat her down and I would have said, look, sweetheart, the internet can be brutal. That is true. So We got to learn from this experience. Here's what you're going to do first and foremost. Just unplug from the internet, because there's going to be people that are just going to say hateful things to you that are not critical, and they're not for your betterment. They're just going to dogpile on you. So you're going to have to disconnect from the internet. You don't need the internet for affirmation. However, I'm looking at this. I got to be honest with you. This is not great work. This is not great work. I'm sorry. And I know you're capable of great work. So here's what we're going to do. You take a day or two to decompress, right? Figure it out. Relax a little bit. And then we're going to go out there and we're going to find some of the best coaches or mentors or whatever it is to like go through some of your designs and stuff like that and give you some advice. And they're going to help you through this process. And then you're going to get back out there and you're going to apply again, and you're going to work on another game, and you're going to be 1,000 times better for it. And this will be a never was. But this, what, you know, if all of the dog pile aside, this was not good work. That's how I talk to my kids. If I talk to my kids like that, you think I'm going to go out here and be like, oh man, she really had a breakdown. Let me give it to her easy. No. We got to deal with the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is that did not look good. It didn't. And she needs to, and there's talent probably there. She has to reboot, get some help, some mentor, and re-tap into what's going to look better. That's it.
Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Look in the DMs.
Oh, let me see something. That's all. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. From Colin Moriarty. I don't, and this is where
not from Colin. No. The next one.
I still don't believe it. I don't believe it cost 100. I mean, I still don't believe it cost 400 million. I'll put this up on the screen now.
No, me neither, but goddamn, how in the fuck has Concord an hour worth of fucking credit?
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck did they do with this game?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the people without seeing who they, gave credit to. Like they could, like really, when you do credits, I know this because my one daughter was in the film. Like the normal person that does credits, 80% of the people that actually was part of the project, they don't even get mentioned. Only the most critical people get mentioned. Only finite crazy nuts like what's his name? Kevin what's dude's name that did Ken Levine. Like Ken Levine, it wasn't an hour long, but BioShock Infinite had a shit ton of credits. I'm guessing it was a half an hour, something like that. Crazy people like that really think they got something monumentous on their hands, so they're going into overkill, and they're now officially putting everybody, the lunch lady, they got the lunch lady, the janitor, you know what I'm saying? They got all these names in there. That's what's likely happening. So yeah, it's just the assertion here that because this list is long, it was $400 million. It could have been $400 million, but just because this is an hour long, I'm willing to guarantee that they just went above and beyond trying to associate everybody. The guy that drove, the Uber driver that drove us to work one day, just crazy goofy shit like that. Because I believe the part about the toxic positivity. They probably believed that they had Game of the Year on their hands, and they wanted to everybody to be in on this success story. Wrong. That's my assessment of it. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some, that was our honorable mentions. Let's talk about this Xbox news. So we got Tokyo Game Show, Cold Blood, and then we got we got TGS, and then we got the ambassador announcement. Let's first talk about TGS, Tokyo Game Show. So here goes the announcement from Phil Spencer about Tokyo Game Show. Let's play it because everybody's excited. They're like, "Oh, the Final Fantasy games are coming up." So no one can buy it. Let's see here. Do I have all right, I already got that check for you to listen. So here we go. Here goes Phil Spencer and the Tokyo Game Show announcement.
Konnichiwa. It's Phil Spencer here from Xbox. And I'd like to invite players in Japan, across Asia, and around the world to tune in to the Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2024 broadcast on Thursday, the 26th of September at 7 p.m. Japan Standard Time. We hope you enjoy the show.
Now,
Konnichiwa.
You see that in the background? I wonder what game that is.
It's Phil Spencer here from Xbox. And I'd like to invite players in Japan, across Asia, and around the world to tune in.
He pointed that out, that was out there. All right, so let's go. Let's talk even further. Then there's the ambassador program where
I think that's just a mascot or something of TGS. I don't think that's a game.
Okay. The Xbox.
Oh, not your mother. Oh my God! Please do not. I swear to God, if Xbox announces Persona 6, I'm gonna be so mad at PlayStation.
I wouldn't be surprised. No,
I'm gonna be so mad at them, bro. You can't even imagine.
At PlayStation?
Yes.
But you think it's
no
gonna be exclusive?
Fucking way. No. But if they got the marketing rights for this, bro, what the fuck is PlayStation doing? Nah, buddy. No, bro. Persona is a PlayStation game. If that shit is announced by Xbox, bro, oh, you got a lot of shit coming.
Well, I mean, I think that Sega and Xbox went and signed an exclusive deal. When I say exclusive deal, I don't mean necessarily exclusive games, but they went and signed. I think they signed a special deal. Their games were dropping day and date in Game Pass. And it wouldn't surprise me if they paid for marketing rights. They probably shelled out a shit ton of money for these marketing rights.
I'd be pissed off just Xbox even putting Persona in their fucking mouth. I'm telling you. Nah, you don't do this, bro. Not with games like this. This is your fucking game now. It better not be.
Money talks. And if
Sure.
if Papa Sacha wrote out a big ass check that PlayStation couldn't touch.
I'm sorry, but not with Persona. You gotta have the damn marketing rights for this.
Devil Shooter says Sony funded Persona quality better not drop. Well, everything drops with Xbox. So Sega's got to fuck around and find out. What's more important, the short-term cash or the long-term quality that's associated to your brand? Don't find out. Yeah, Halamako, you are right. It wouldn't be bought or sold on L-Box, but you know, if Sega's got their hand out and they're willing to take it, oh well. Yeah, and that's the thing, Gamer Nexer. I think PlayStation could have probably written out a fat ass check for the marketing rights, and it wouldn't have made any sense. Or maybe they couldn't have. Who knows? Like, I'm looking at it like this. Game Pass is a failure. that's not me trying to be funny. I'm like, Game Pass is a failure. Let that be our next poll. Fuck it. Let's end this poll. I think we got all the votes. We almost got 50 votes. It's very clear that you guys believe in unison that, you know, when asked, is Bethesda a better developer now that they are owned by Microsoft/Xbox? 91% of you said no, 8% said yes. So here goes another poll for you. Do you think Game Pass has been a failure up until this point?
Devil Shooter. I know they've been in bed with Microsoft.
Yeah.
My problem is not really the other fucking games they got, like Yakuza and shit. Okay, do a fucking marketing deal. I don't give a shit no more because they fucked up that series so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't give less of a fuck. But not Persona, bro. No. This is different.
Get used to it, brother.
This is becoming fucking personal here. I'm telling you.
Get used to it. I'm telling you. I'm not saying I'm not legitimate. I'm just telling you that they could have said, and what's probably happening is Xbox is grooming Sega, because that's the next company that they want to take over. They're probably grooming them. On the heels of ABK, they can't do nothing right now. So they're just writing fat ass checks out to, you know, butter them up and keep them in their good graces, right? And then once they feel like the you know, it's an opportune time, then they're gonna attempt to buy Sega. I hope everybody read that Bloomberg article. It's worth reading because it helps capsulize why Sarah Bond is even there.
You gotta explain that shit to me. What's going on?
I'll give you the quick version. Sarah Bond is there because they wanted a bigger focus on mobile, because Phil Spencer realized that he wasn't good at selling consoles. So they wanted to look at other avenues of making money. And they looked at Sarah Bond, who has a mobile background, so they brought her on. It's like what King Thrash said. I didn't even realize that. And Bloomberg, so shout out to King Thrash for that. Because he confirmed that here in our interview that we did with him. And if you haven't heard, you're like, what are you talking about? King Thrash was here? Yeah. The most recent time we did a members interview with him one-on-one, and King Thrash brought that up. Go check out King Thrash's interview. Matter of fact, I need to tag him on Twitter and give him his props for that. Yeah, become a member and you'll get access to that interview. Very insightful interview. As a matter of fact, you get the lowdown on his documentary. You get that in our interview. The jest and the thesis to his documentary was in our interview a month before he released the documentary. Anyway, she was brought on for mobile, right? Then they found out that they were going to lose potentially the ABK deal. People broke out in tears, they said. She said, this is an opportunity to prove myself. I'm going to help fight to keep ABK here. And she's the one that worked behind the scenes to work with the CMA to convince them to reverse their decision and to make certain concessions, right? Because she's the one that helped them realize. That's why I said nobody in the room agrees with Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer is the only one that thinks like Phil Spencer. Maybe Matt Booty agrees with his dumb ass too. But she's the one that realized, hey, look, we're better served as a publisher. So they made these concessions for them to be. Why? Because they want to have a mobile store. They want to sell their games everywhere. She's like, you brought me on to make money. Let's fucking make money. Like, do you want a console war or do you want to make money? So she was brought on to make money. So she's the one that fought for that. And her and Phil clashed a lot. They had to bring in HR, they said, because he would talk in certain ways and never say what he meant, as he does, and he confuses consumers. But in reading that interview, it's very clear what's going on. Microsoft or Xbox is now all about maximizing their dollar. I think Phil Spencer and maybe Matt Booty and some of their direct reports, they want to battle PlayStation, and everybody else is like, nope. And that's why, in my opinion, from reading that article, when she went on, I think it was Bloomberg, and they talked about what's it called, studios, why she was so out of place. This is not her, even though she's the head of Xbox, she's not the head of Xbox Studios. This is not of her concern. She's going to do things to make the Xbox brand, which is essentially just Windows gaming, makes the Xbox brand more profitable. That's it. That should tell you everything that you need to know. Why it's over. This whole Xbox versus PlayStation, and Xbox is going to do this and Xbox. And the reason why I brought up Sarah Bond in that context is she went out to Sega. Remember when during this whole ABK thing, she put the picture of her on the train going to talk to Sega. Sarah Bond's strongest suit is negotiation. She got CMA to change their mind on some, and it's unprecedented. CMA has never done it before. So this is probably her strategy. She's probably got the okay from Satya. I would believe that after they were able to do that with ABK, Satya probably likes her a whole heck of a lot more than he likes Phil. They're probably buttering up Sega, and they're grooming Sega for a takeover. So may not sound good, brother, but I wouldn't be surprised if 2 or 3 years from now, Sega was next. Still going to be multi-plat, but then we know what happens when companies go under Microsoft. They become shitty. They're just trying to make money now, brother. That's it. Jenna Hay says, but wouldn't Microsoft have issues buying a Japanese company? The government would push back. That is very true. They have laws and things set up. That being said, and especially after what they did with what's it called, Tango, it would be a challenge. However, how else can you Mike? This is Microsoft we're talking about. Microsoft has money. Okay. I'm sorry for that. Go back to what the EU said about the ABK deal, and you'll see that the EU, instead of looking like a regulator, the EU simply looks like a marketing wing of Microsoft. How do you think that happens? Money. You got Microsoft writing these huge ass checks to Sega. Is Game Pass going any further? No, we're hearing reports all the time that Game Pass is dying out. We don't even know if the 34 million is concurrent. I don't think it is. But apparently, Microsoft has to be writing humongous checks to Sega. They're putting their games day and date in Game Pass. And it seems like, and apparently, if this is true and this is Persona 6 and they're going to walk out Persona 6 at Tokyo Game Show, you know they wrote them a big ass check. Who's going to benefit from that big ass check written to a Japanese company? Japan. And in the business world, money talks, bullshit walks. Yeah, it was a big mistake. Aaron Walsh says, Corey Massey, you said people didn't like the presentation. I explained why. No need for the come on. Okay. Don't fight each other. I know y'all ain't fighting over Concord, for crying out loud. We should be laughing at Concord. But that in a nutshell, Cold Blood, that's what that interview was saying. It was telling you how she's coming in and she's just trying to, she does not believe in the whole competitive thing. It's like she wants to do what Satya wants to do, but she has to follow Phil. So she's like a double agent. And I kind of feel like that this is her little mini shot across the bow to Phil Spencer. Slow down, buddy. Like you may be the boss, but you're not in the driver's seat now. I think there's a lot, whenever you see them two together, like they got smiley pictures or whatever, but whenever you see them two together talking about shit, I don't get the aura of pleasant. Like when they were at Gamescom, I didn't get this aura of that they felt like things were present. I feel like Sarah is practicing the business interest and she has the eyes and the ears of Satya Nadella. And Phil Spencer's trying to still operate in this imaginary world of we can compete with PlayStation. And the reason why I say that is because I had personal experience with something similar to that. Our boss, this was years ago, our boss that ran our department, liked me more than he liked the person that I reported to. So I was granted certain, because my strategy was more aligned with our boss's boss. So I got away with shit and I got to do shit. And it kind of superseded what my boss wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, my boss was feeling the heat and he just fucking left. He went into another area like, I don't like this. And I don't blame him. And I was young back then. In hindsight, I don't blame him. He left and then I took over his role. He's like, fuck it. If this is how y'all gonna roll, then here, you have it. I don't think their approach to this is aligned. Phil may have promoted her to head of Xbox, but I don't think Sarah Bond cares about Xbox. This is why I'm gonna show you guys something, because this just shows you how stupid people are on the internet. And like I said, I call out friend or foe. Not saying this person is either, but there goes post up. He says, "Let's go, Sarah Bond. That's the type of energy we need at the top of Xbox. Pushing the envelope and being competitive." She's not being competitive, dumbass. She is being everything but competitive. She doesn't want to compete. She wants to go into different markets. Mobile is not competing. Going multiplat is not competing. She was tasked at finding more ways for them to make money, and she's made the assertion or the assessment and the assertion in the interview that doing it the traditional competitive console way is not the way to the future. She's anything but competitive, dumbass. People can't read in this community. They have poor comprehension. When she talks about pushing the envelope, she's pushing the envelope on breaking them away from their tendencies. When you read the article, Phil said, he said, it's not going to be easy for you, Sarah, in your role. because your role is to break us out of our norms and get us into other avenues of dealing with this business than we're comfortable with. What are they comfortable with? Trying to compete against PlayStation. And she's trying to break them out of that. Now, to keep her in line and try to keep her on his side, he made her head of Xbox, but she don't look at being head of Xbox the way that he does. She looks at Xbox as transforming it into something ubiquitous, something that has no solid shape or form. It's just about Xbox being everywhere. Does that sound like Phil or sound like Satya? That sounds like Satya. She's driving more of Satya's initiatives. And that's why you heard something unprecedented here that you've never heard before from anybody that's currently employed at Xbox under Phil Spencer. You've never heard this. Everybody's supposed to love Phil Spencer at Xbox. The moment you don't love Phil, you either get X'd out or canned or you leave. At first, Bond and Spencer's personal styles clash, and the two sought out Microsoft Human Resources Chief Kathleen Hogan for coaching. An unusual step that Hogan found admirable. At one point, Bond stuck a post-it note to her computer with some advice about interacting with Phil Spencer. I'm not being paid to do what he says. I'm being paid to do what he meant. If that is not a shot across the bow on someone's inability to understand what is it that they need or that they mean in their inability to communicate it, I don't know what that is. That attacks Phil Spencer at his heart and his core, because he's being liked because of what he says to gamers and how he relates to gamers. She's attacking him at his core publicly. This is the most focused attack at Phil Spencer that we've heard from anybody at Xbox that in a public statement. We've heard what's his name? Oh shit, Mike Ybarra say stuff, but that's after he left. We've heard him say things privately that leaked out. But this was a public shot across the bow at the soul and being of what is considered the best attribute of Phil Spencer, his ability to connect. She's saying this is a dude that doesn't know how to articulate his vision or what it is that he even wants to do. He creates confusion. She says that publicly. If that isn't somebody saying subliminally, this is a new sheriff in town. And I'm coming for the badge. And if you connect the dots, this is also a theory of mine. When Phil Spencer went publicly on Kinda Funny and talked about how he falls on the sword of Redfall being a disaster and all this other shit, right? And how he may not be in this spot long, he's probably surmising this motherfucker that's coming for me in so many ways they might put her in my role. You got to think about it. When it comes to the ABK deal, it wasn't Satya. It wasn't Phil. It was nobody else that saved the ABK deal for Microsoft other than Sarah Bond. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying she's effective. But I didn't want the ABK deal to go through, so don't misconstrue what I'm saying here. Sarah Bond not only did something unprecedented and renegotiated with the CMA, which you get out of this interview. But when she was in trial, she made the FTC look foolish. That's what made her a rock star. You know when they walked out of court. Satya tapped Phil. Hey, Phil. Your girl is kicking your ass. You're in trouble, buddy. And that motherfucker said, oh shit, I better promote her. And he promotes her to head of Xbox, which to her, it doesn't mean saving the console or saving this or saving that. Look at what happened ever since she became head of Xbox. They go multi-plat. I don't need to sell you an Xbox. All this un-Xbox platformy shit is happening now because she doesn't care about it. That should make sense now. Read the article. Y'all will better understand what's going on when you read the article. Yes, that's why Not Your Mother, he thinks he's on his way out. Hey, Phil, she drop kicked you in your face. You're in deep doo-doo. They probably singing her praises, bruh. Sarah, I want you to know, I really appreciate you. I mean, if Phil were to get hit by a semi-truck, I would put you in the spot. Just thought you should know that. And he probably said that like right in front of Phil during a staff meeting or something. We really like you. And if Phil were to eat some poisoned fish one day during a company outing, we would put you in this spot. I think we would be in a good space. Y'all got to read between the lines, but that's what this channel is here to help you do that. You have never, tell me if y'all have ever, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Tell me where you've ever seen someone attack the core of Phil Spencer like that. Phil is known to be, I mean, we know he's shiesty, but we still look at him as a skillful communicator that knows what he's doing. She's attacking that at the core. He doesn't know how to say what he wants. It's so bad, we had to get HR involved. I had to put a post-it up that says, now this is so fucking, oh my God. It says, I'm not being paid to do what he says. I'm being paid to do what he meant. If he doesn't know how to say what he meant, who determines, quote unquote, what he means? I'm going to do it. This is why I say the reading comprehension in this community is porous. Pushing the envelope and she's being competitive for herself. She's being competitive to get her spot. And really, you can't be, she's doing what she was tasked to do. She was tasked to make them more money. So she's made the assessment, okay, look, what if you are Sarah Bond and you're effective and you've assessed everything that's going on around you, and you're like, my job is to make sure that gaming is fruitful here and to help this guy out make it fruitful. When you look at Phil, does Phil emanate someone that's a shrewd competitor and knows how to win? No, Phil is not a winner. He's a loser. He's a loser with 9 lives. He doesn't know how to win. He hasn't won since he's got the role. He hasn't won at all. So trying to play the game that he's trying to play, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to transform Xbox. And the people above this doofus, Satya and Amy, agree with me. Tim Stewart agree with me. cares about a console. She's from the mobile world. She don't care about that. The move to make her the head of Xbox was either a move from Phil to try to get her to his side, or it was that tap on the shoulder from Satya. Hey, you know, Sarah deserves that, Phil. She does. Yeah. Put her in that. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, put her in that spot. And I hope you don't eat any bad fish. That's what that is. All right, I rambled long enough. Cold Blood. You gave us what your thoughts are about Persona, and I hated to be ominous like that, but I'm telling you, that's what it looks like to me. But is there anything else coming out of TGS that you expect from Xbox, or anything that you feel would be exciting or heartbreaking or whatever? Anything important coming from Xbox you expect there?
More games announced for Nintendo and PlayStation.
Probably, yeah. That would make sense. I mean,
it's the Asian market, and
yeah,
the biggest install base is PlayStation and Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put past Phil to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Matter of fact, hold on, because I have a message from somebody, and I can't remember if that was, hold on, let me see here. Was that Tokyo Game Show they said, or something else they told me? Oh. Okay. Oh, no. It's not Tokyo Game Show. There's going to be more. I'm just going to say this. There's going to be more news at the Game Awards about other Xbox games coming to PlayStation. It's going to be coming at the Game Awards.
Yeah, I'm about to fuck him up again.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, and there's one more thing. He's sitting there just shaking. He can't help himself. There's one more thing. Yeah, there's another game going to be announced. You probably heard this elsewhere, because I'm actually reciting this almost a month later than when I was told this, and I'm pretty sure it was probably said elsewhere. But yeah, there's going to be another game coming from Xbox announced for PlayStation, and in 2025, expect there to be even more. Like, it's going to ramp up. It's going to ramp up. The game's coming elsewhere. It's going to ramp up. I'll just say this. Dev kits have been shipped. Dev kits have been shipped to studios.
Frosted glass type of deal.
Oh man, frosted glass is everywhere. Frosted glass everywhere. Everybody's windows is frosted over at Xbox. You get a game. Yeah, 2025 is going to ramp up. And you probably heard that somewhere else. I'm not going to say where, but yeah, it's going to ramp up. Aaron Walsh said Hip Hop Gamer said Xbox would be disappointed after the Game Award. Yeah. From what I'm hearing, Aaron Walsh, if that's what he said, I got it from a totally different source than Hip Hop Gamer. I know we're still eyeballing Hip Hop Gamer because some things that he said last gen, and then some things he may have said out of turn this gen, which I think is fair. He's made some bold claims about Grand Theft Auto on PS5 Pro. That I think and I hate to be harsh like that, because I have nothing against the dude. But I think his credibility lies on if that actually happens. But yeah, my source is totally opposite of him. Not to say anything negative about him, but my source is totally opposite of him, and that's what they're saying too. And they're saying, in addition to that, 2025, the announcements are going to ramp up, like the frosted glass everywhere. With all these Microsoft games coming to PlayStation, I wonder if Microsoft will study the technology and eventually build their own new box to take down play. They can't do that. Who's their Mark Cerny? Because you can study a box after the fact, but Mark Cerny he's 5 steps ahead. He's already working on the next thing. So you can study and say, oh, we're going to try this and try that. Like Mark Cerny, what he's done ingeniously is they started AI and machine learning for gaming, and they have already a huge audience. I think AI and machine learning is the future technology, at least for a while, until newer hardware technology comes out. I think we have like I'm going to say this, and this is not going to make Cold Blood happy at all. I think we got like a 6 to 7 year gap where hardware, like after these 50 series GPUs come out, I think after that, you might see like 6 to 7 years where the hardware does not get any better. Why? Because the ability to invest in technologies and investment in R&D seriously slowed down. We've lost several years and a lot of money because of inflation, because of the pandemic, a whole bunch of shit where there's just not a lot of investment into it outside of AI and machine learning. And the problem with AI and machine learning is you can't just build it and then day one it flourishes. You got to build it, and then people have to test it and train it. And it's over time that it gets better and better and better. But the plus side of it is if I make a static piece of hardware, it has a ceiling that's static. That's the ceiling. That's the most it's ever going to do. With AI and machine learning, it never stops. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're going to have like a 6 to 7 year window, maybe I'll say 5 to 7 year window, to where a lot of the overwhelming majority of the technologies that we see as far as graphics and things like that, they're all going to be AI and machine learning based, because the hardware is going to come to a standstill for that time period. And then after 5 to 7 years, it'll pick back up. So even if Microsoft had developers that understood things from the PlayStation tech and they wanted to integrate it into their next hardware, they're already behind the curve. Why? Because PlayStation got PSSR coming out effective November. And Microsoft cannot catch up from a gaming perspective. You got to have AI and machine learning. AI and machine learning isn't the same across the board. From a gaming perspective, you got to start training that AI ASAP. And the only way that Microsoft can catch up, because Microsoft will, never catch up at this rate. They don't have as many players as PlayStation. I know they got monthly active users and shit like that, but come on. They don't have as many people playing in the PlayStation store. Like PlayStation has way more gamers playing out of their store than Microsoft does. Like when PlayStation counts monthly active users versus Microsoft monthly active users, Microsoft is counting first party content and PlayStation's counting their first party content. Microsoft has more first party games out there. That is true, than PlayStation. But here's the beauty of PSSR. PSSR doesn't just apply to what you play to first party games. It applies to everything that you're going to play in a PSSR capable device. And we already, you know, whether this thing is an astounding success or not was still to be seen. But we know that it's safe to say that millions will be playing on PSSR via the PlayStation 5 Pro. Microsoft will not have that. So through every single game that's available through the PlayStation Store, wherever there's a PSSR capable device, all that AI and machine learning is going to be trained, while Microsoft is just sitting back. And the only way that they'll be able to catch up, because they'll never have enough players out of their store to even touch the amount of players that PSSR is going to have. The only way they can catch up is if they buy someone that's already doing it, which is NVIDIA. And that's not happening because NVIDIA is now estimated to be more than Microsoft. Or they're switching back and forth. We're looking at the largest. Okay, now Microsoft has a slight edge over NVIDIA currently. What is it? Is this? This is as. Let's see here. This is as of. Let me go here. We're all past. This is as of. It doesn't say when. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows and who cares? Microsoft has an edge right now, slight edge over NVIDIA. But they keep swapping back and forth. So this is not happening. Microsoft is not buying NVIDIA's tech from them, because the only reason why NVIDIA is number 3 now is because of their AI and machine learning tech. Now, what Microsoft might do, Jenna, is they might create a partnership where NVIDIA tech powers future Xboxes. That could happen. And you could have Xbox completely abandon cloud gaming and just operate via NVIDIA, like NVIDIA powers its cloud gaming. That could happen. Now, if that happens, all righty then. Because here's the thing. That would be the smartest move by Microsoft, is just to give up on xCloud and partner with NVIDIA. It would kind of like be partnering with them to power APUs and stuff like that. And it's power and get the tech bundled in that package. Hold on one second. So yeah, that would be smart for Microsoft to do, is to merge with NVIDIA and kind of like instead of going with AMD, you go with NVIDIA and have them power your hardware, and it'd be AI and machine learning based. And that would, you know what I'm saying? That would be an interesting development. But that's but for them to, through their own proprietary means, power the AI and machine learning, no, it would be too far behind. Too far behind. Like, And that's probably the smartest thing for Microsoft and NVIDIA to do, is to partner in AI and machine learning, and then have NVIDIA start taking advantage of Azure for their servers. Because I think NVIDIA's servers are powered by AWS. So if they partner together, NVIDIA's AI and machine learning is powered by Microsoft. That would be a sick partnership. And you know what I mean? Now, again, you still got to sell the games, but then that would give you capable hardware. You still got to sell the games. So that's where Xbox would still fail tremendously under this current regime. They would have to get rid of the, Phil Spencer and company in order to do so. But yeah, them trying to take advantage via seeing what PlayStation would do, they will never catch up. Never. All right. So yeah, that's it on Xbox news, Tokyo Game Show, all that other stuff. Let's go on to PlayStation. We ain't even talk about PlayStation yet. That Digital Foundry video. I know we talked about it, at length yesterday, Cold Blood. And let me do this. But just so we're on the record for the podcast, so let me go to the video. Let's do this. Properties. Files. PlayStation 5 Pro analysis. There's that. Let's also add files. Where is the PlayStation 30th anniversary? There was another PlayStation Pro video. Where is it at? God damn it. Oh man. Under Sony? Hold on. Because I doubt. Oh no. Don't do that. Sort. Can I sort it? Oh, don't let me sort. Where's the PlayStation 5 video? Damn it. Oh, I can't find it. Fuck it. Oh, a chicken plot. Oh, no. I know what I can do. Together. Oh. Okay, there's that. And then there's one more video. Add files. It's introducing. Okay. All right. So Final Fantasy 7 video, Cold Blood. We talked about it yesterday with the members. I don't think we got into it publicly, but just as a quick rundown, what are your thoughts on PlayStation giving Digital Foundry the footage, and what did you think about the graphical upgrade for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth?
Well, I said it's marginally better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's fucking holy shit difference.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing that will amaze me is when I actually play the game at 60 FPS and it looks like the fidelity mode, but even better.
Okay.
That would really amaze me. But I mean, I see the upgrade in the Pro, but I don't know if the price is justified. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
For this, bro, like I said, there should have been way more graphically, what do you call it, improvements. I don't know how the other guys think about it in the chat, but like I said, for me right now, first impression, it's definitely better. You can see it, yes. But is it worth another $700 console? That's what I'm thinking right now.
I'll say this. To me, because of how blurry the performance mode was on the base model, I wasn't wowed by the improvements, but the improvements were good enough for me to where if I see more of that as a baseline, like that's the lowest the upgrades will look. And I'm expecting for the troublesome games for that to be the lowest that they look as far as fidelity is concerned. Flat 60, that's great. But of course for the better looking games, I'm definitely expecting them to look better. But if I get that at the bare minimum, it would have to be across the board. Like when I say across the board, I mean that's how I'm expecting Dragon's Dogma's improvements to look. That's what I'm looking to see from Dragon's Dogma. Like that's the bare minimum. If I can see that on this, if I can see that level of fidelity on the CPU intensive games, I'm good. I'll buy it. But I haven't, but just looking at it from that game standpoint, it's not enough for me. And like I said, I want that to be the baseline. I want that to be at worst. This is how much improved they're going to be. So I give the overall presentation a C+. Or no, I give it a C. Or did I? No, I think I gave it a C+. I give it a C+. I thought the graphical upgrades were good. And I would have given it a B-. If I would have given it a B- if it wasn't given to me by Digital Foundry. If it was done by Mark Cerny and I saw more games, if I would have seen at least 5 games and that was the worst they were going to look, okay, I'm sold. But and yeah, Dragon's Dogma, Jenna, is rumored to be 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 5 Pro, so I'm hoping to see that. But that's the type of fidelity I'm looking to see with that. Now the 30-year anniversary bundle, Cold Blood. We kind of talked about this a little bit, but just again as a public refresher, what is your stance on that? Are you in the market of trying to get one?
Bro, if I can get that fucking limited item, yes. Because at that point, motherfucker, that shit is gonna be even more worth.
Yeah.
When you bought that shit.
What's the most you're willing to pay for?
Oh God. I mean, if they ask me to pay $1,500 or euros, nah. Okay, I'm good, bro.
So it has to be less than 1,500 euros.
Absolutely, bro. Like, if I for real get the charging station, the 2 DualSense controllers, and one of them is the Edge, plus the console, okay, 1,200, 1,300 at max. I would get it just because it's fucking limited. But The normal Pro, bro, like I said, give me more. Show me more. Rebirth is awesome, but that's not enough. I need to see something running on that motherfucker that is completely blowing my fucking mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I my limit would be 900 USD. I would be in the market. I'm not going past 900. I mean, I think it looks sweet, but I'm not going past 900 USD. And rumors are it's going to be over 1,000 USD, but we'll see. I'm not going over 900. So that's my.
You think with a DualSense Edge in there, it's going to be only 900?
How much DualSense Edge is like $149? So yeah, I think your DualSense Edge is about $149. So if you add the additional price of a DualSense Edge, that's an extra like $80 almost to the price. So that would take it from $700 to $780. You're still adding an extra $120. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it is 1,000, but like I said, I'm in the market as long as it's 900. Anything over 900, I'm not doing that. I'm not convinced yet at 900. Now, if I see, like, I'll tell you what will change my mind, and it really comes down to one game. It really comes down to one game, y'all. I got to be honest. The Grand Theft Auto. With all the shit that we heard about Grand Theft Auto and it being CPU intensive, if a CPU and if they're true, if a CPU intensive game looks great on the PlayStation 5 Pro, oh hell, okay, yeah, all right, I'll do 1,000. But from everything that I've seen right now, 900. 900.
Detective chat then. No, just ask the chat. Are they gonna buy that fucking bundle?
Let's see here. Oh, okay. So we ended
because I said if I can get that PS5 Pro bundle, bro, I'm day one 100%. Like I'm not gonna miss out on it.
So for our last poll, do you think Game Pass has been a failure? 80% said yes, 19% said no, and that's out of 36 votes. So let's do this. It's like, are you?
But what do you consider a failure?
Well, no, a failure is not meeting their goals.
That's okay. Then it's definitely a failure.
Yeah, it's a failure.
I would say it's a success in fucking up the industry. It's definitely a success there.
Well, yeah, it has to be a success, and the thing with Game Pass was to make Xbox the leader in gaming, and since Game Pass has been enacted, along with them going day and date on PC, they've gone farther away. They've become worse in gaming. So Game Pass is a failure. Are you currently in the market for the PS5 anniversary bundle? Let me see. Let's do this. Start poll. Because we gotta do this different. Yes, I want the pro. Yes, I want the pro version. Yes, I want the pro version. Yes, I want the base. Yes, yes, I'm getting the base version. Yes. I'm only getting a controller / what do you call it? What's that fucking thing? The portal? And no. Pro version, yes, I'm getting the base version. I'm only getting a controller / must contain between. I'm only getting a peripheral. All right, so let us know. Are you in the market for PlayStation 5 anniversary bundle? Yes, I'm getting the Pro version. Yes, I'm getting the base version. I'm only getting controller / portal, or simply no. Let us know in the poll. With 12,300 units worldwide, the chances you'll get your hands on that one are very slim. Absolutely. That's why I said I wouldn't be surprised if it's over $1,000. Aaron Walsh in the chat says, and I'm familiar with Detective Seeds. Detective Seeds. Shout out to Detective Seeds. Detective Seeds said he heard $1,200. The same guy told him the Pro would be $700. So that might be the price, $1,200. Shout out to Detective Seeds. I think I would like to get Detective Seeds on here one day. Would y'all like to see Detective Seeds on here? I'd like to get him on here.
Who's that?
He's some dude that he's been given predictions about PlayStation Online, and all of it, and like nobody's been paying attention to him. He's normally in chats and shit like that. Like I think he was in one of my shows one time, like a while ago. But he normally just frequents he's a PlayStation enthusiast, and he normally frequents PlayStation shows, and he just be in the chat. But apparently he got some connection somewhere, and he's been vaguely like putting shit out there about PlayStation for like the last year, and all of his stuff has been right. Like when State of Plays were coming, PlayStation Pro, he even predicted the dollar amount. I remember that because he did say it was going to be $700, and then I was like, nah, you're wrong. And then he was right. So now, like, ever since he predicted that price, like more and more people have been paying attention to him. Like he was on Mooch's show not too long ago. Yeah. So yeah, I will follow Detective. Just look for Detective Seeds on Twitter. That's his handle on Twitter. Yeah, Devil Shooter said, "Oh." Matter of fact, let me find him on Twitter. He's another one who, oh, come on. No, this is him. He just changed his handle. Okay, I'm about to get pissed. I hate when people like their name is John, but I am fiery, hot, blazing kettle of corn, and you can't find out who the fuck they are. Yeah, this is him right here, Detective Seeds on Twitter. This is him. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a real cool dude. He frequents a lot of the PlayStation shows and stuff like that, and he's normally in chats. But he's been right. He's been right over the last, and like ever since he's been right, like his viewership shot up. Like he went from, like he's showing you right here, he was at like 385 and shit like that, and he shot up to like 3,000 and shit because of his. Because nobody was paying him any attention. They were like, oh, whatever, this dude is just, and then they collectively went back and said, oh yeah, don't know him, was hoping you could get Jazz. Yeah, like we did that poll, but y'all said y'all wanted to see Doc Dark on here. We're still gonna reach out to Jazz though, definitely. We're like Jazz. I think Jazz is like a natural fit to be one of our next interviews. So we'll work to get him on the channel and shit. But yeah. All right, last thing, and then we're gonna wrap up. Cold Blood. PC games on AAA games and the support that they get from PC gamers. How did this become one of our topics? Well, we got two stories up here. Number one, and let me do this first. I'm gonna put Detective Seed's link in here so you guys follow him. Give him a follow. He's a cool dude. I remember seeing him around in different shows and shit like that, and he's always been a cool dude. But it's just everybody just thought he was just some normal watcher, and he would always like throw shit in chats and on Twitter, and nobody paid him attention. He's a cool dude. But that's his link to his Twitter account. So go ahead and follow him on Twitter. So we got two stories here, Cold Blood. We got why can't I copy this? Why are we doing this? The copy link. We got Final Fantasy 16 on PC, and then we got God of War on PC, right? And the reason why we're bringing this up, Cold Blood, and I would like to get your thoughts for us to close out on this. We're hearing that all you got to do is bring your games to PC, and right. And so let's look at the stories real quick. This from Gaming Instinct says Final Fantasy 16 surpasses just 22,000 concurrent Steam players. We got God of War Ragnarok that's sitting like at a 60% approval rating, and people is his God of War Ragnarok with neutral reviews on Steam because the game can't run on PCs with less than 6 gigabytes of VRAM, for crying out loud. And then we're looking at look, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. And I don't want to hear anything else from PC people or PC apologists about the reason why Final Fantasy games aren't doing well because they're exclusive to PlayStation, when their fan base is on PlayStation. That's their fan base. It's not a problem with Final Fantasy games. They have a specific static fan base. And in order for them to capitalize on that fan base, they need to be on platforms where their fan base is most likely at. So if you're going to release on a next gen console, you better be cross-gen, or you better wait until the latter part of the gen where the PlayStation 4 Final Fantasy fans go over to PlayStation 5. That's what you better do. If you gotta make all these sales, you know what I'm saying? But that's a problem with Square Enix. That's not a Final Fantasy problem. Then let's look at God of War. This is Friday. It's the weekend. There's only 23,000 active people on God of War Ragnarok. Cold Blood, what are your thoughts on this whole thing? What does this do to bust up the theory that it's PlayStation's fault and all you got to do is put these games on PC and these games will thrive? Let the people know what you think about that.
I mean, isn't it clear what the fuck is going on? First of all, most people ain't gonna play this game because it ain't gonna run on their shit. These fucking penny pinching, check for check, fucking losers that have a fucking PC that literally can't even run League of Legends think they're gonna play God of War Ragnarok on that shit. Come on, bro. Yeah. What are we doing here? And then all these dudes on Twitter that say, oh, it just has to come to PC, bro. They are the fucking hypocrites themselves. They just go to fucking Pirate Bay or wherever they go, download that motherfucker, benchmark it, and fucking delete it. Never touch it. That's all they do. These 20k people that bought the game are the ones that were fucking excited for it. 22k people, bro. for both Final Fantasy and God of War. That is your PC fucking player base for these games. I'm telling you, the dudes on Twitter, they are fucking hypocrites. I will never understand why PlayStation puts so much effort into this motherfucker. And then also, the PSN requirement again. Oh no, the PSN requirement. Oh god, they don't give a fuck about this requirement. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They just don't want. First of all, they don't want to pay for the game.
Yeah.
Second of all, they don't want Sony to win whatsoever. Because we saw that with Helldivers 2, how much they just fucking thieved that the idea this game was successful. Holy shit, bro.
Yep. Yep. I have a problem with, and again, I'm a PC gamer, because in order for me to game on GeForce Now Ultimate, I gotta buy the game on PC. It's just GeForce Now Ultimate gives me the opportunity to play the game, the PC version of the game, in the top settings. So, natively, I am a PC gamer. But here's my problem with all this PC MR bullshit when it comes to these AAA games. I want to do. Let me do this. I'll do this. Let's go to Steam DB. Let's look at these games that are up here. Counter-Strike 2 is the number 1 game. Dota 2. Banana is number 3. PUBG is number 4. Satisfactory is number 5. Deadlock is 6. Rust is, look at this. Rust is 7. You do have Baldur's Gate 3 at 8, and then at 9 Warhammer, but I don't know if you would consider that like AAA. Call of Duty at 10, Grand Theft Auto 80 years old at 11. Look at these games. Black Myth Wukong is still in the top 15. You got Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, look. The support of AAA games on PC is random. You don't know what is going to be successful and what isn't going to be successful. It's at the beck and call of whomever fits some whatever type of weird criteria. It's okay for Xbox to have DRM and sign-ins. It's not okay for PlayStation. This game doesn't allow people to buy it in Bangladesh, so none of us are buying it. It's random. It does not. A game that's built for console usage from the ground up is not guaranteed passage on PC. Because even though we're playing games and we're shooting and we're going pew, 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 and you can do it here and you can do it there. Like, for instance, Arma 3 would never be successful on console. Arma 3 dominated Steam for years, right? That's where PUBG's coming from. Like, it's two totally different makeups of consumers. So a game like Final Fantasy 16 that's designed for the Final Fantasy faithful, which are primarily on PlayStation, and then the second place would be Nintendo, but they don't have a machine powerful enough to play it. The game is not designed for them. If they tried to make a game that was designed for everybody, it would not excel in what makes Final Fantasy great, and it will be watered down to be a one size fits all for everybody, and it's not Final Fantasy. Like, granted, Final Fantasy 15, its initial sales were well, but look how much that was attacked. And how much are we talking about that game? Matter of fact, I'm just curious to see what it's doing on Steam. Did that launch on PC day and date? Cold Blood?
What?
Final Fantasy 15. I don't
No,
even know if it's
came
on
out
PC.
later. No, it came out later.
Okay. I can't even. Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy Windows Edition. Like, they got all these weird. What? Huh? What the hell does that even mean? Huh? Oh, I don't know. What is this? Okay, there's 785 people in the game right now. Let's see what it peaked at. Let's look at the charts. Let's see where it peaked at. Oh my God, come on now. What are we doing here? Huh? What is it? Am I looking? I don't even know what to say. I really don't. Please tell me that I looked at the wrong version. I don't even know what to say. Is this right? Is this right? Start 30,000, 29,000, not even 30,000. Under 30,000 is what it peaked at. Now it came out what, March 2018? Let me see. When did Final Fantasy 15 come out? Okay, so it came out 2 years later on PC. No, yeah, 2 years later on PC. Well, come on now. I mean, on PC, you guys, apparently Square Enix's ability, and look, this here's what's crazy, Cold Blood. This game has a user rater of 82%, and it peaked at 30,000. What are we doing here? Final Fantasy's audience is not on PC. I'm gonna go to VG charts because we're talking all this shit, and hopefully VG charts will give me the numbers. Games database. See all games. Name Final Fantasy 15. Okay, for some reason, Final Fantasy XV. Okay, Final Fantasy 15 is right here. Got it. Let's go back here. Final Fantasy 15. The Xbox One version, oh, they don't even have the numbers. Isn't that great? They don't have the Xbox One numbers, or they've been purged. Ain't that special? They don't have any of the numbers. But I'm pretty sure, let me see, how many copies? How many copies did Final Fantasy 15 sell? Okay, so they're saying 10 million units. As of May 2022, it's 10 million units worldwide. So let's see. They sold 10 million units worldwide. I want to see. Given How do we know? Where is these sales coming from? I want to see the sales breakdown. Sales breakdown. This is according to Wikipedia. Sales. Want to see how many copies Final Fantasy 15 sold. Let's see, Final Fantasy 15, 10 million copies sold. Lifetime. They're not telling you which platforms it sold. That's just great. Let me see what else. Lifetime unit sales. Here goes Statista. They don't break it down by system. How many copies did Final Fantasy 15 sell on Xbox? And I don't even know why these companies hide these numbers. Why are you hiding these numbers? These are numbers that let us know the viability of these platforms that we're looking to invest in. Don't hide them. Don't hide them. Make them available. Final Fantasy 15 on VG charts. Sales history under construction, so they purged it. Come on, VG charts. You can't buy. But here's something that's interesting. I'm seeing something that's cached. And as of 2017, there were 1 million copies. Can I find the cached information? Anyway, the audience for Final Fantasy is on PlayStation. That's the overwhelming majority of people that would have bought this game. They're going to keep Final Fantasy up and running. That's the Square Enix thing. But this whole theory that you gotta buy, you gotta release these games across the board, that waters down the potency of the game. As you could see, that Final Fantasy 15 was riddled with problems, right? It was riddled with problems. Final Fantasy 15 Metacritic, where people were complaining about that game left and right. It has a user score 7.5, where Final Fantasy 16 has an 87, and it has a user score of 8.0. Over 10,000 users voted, and it's 8.0. And how many voted on? For less than 5,000 voted for 15, and it was 7.4. So it's very apparent that you get a better quality product when they don't have to do parallel development. They get to focus on one platform at a time. Crazy. With that being said, though, there's one more thing that I do want to play for you guys. Something that I saw online. According to Jez Gordon, he's trying to tell you what to expect, whether it'll be Final Fantasy coming at Tokyo Game Show. And we'll see. We'll see what happens with Square Enix as they try this approach. Is it going to work for them, or are they going to fuck around and find out? Let's boost this up and let's take a look and see what Jez Gordon has to say about what to expect. Not that means that Jez is right. Because you know it's like playing Russian roulette with his ass. Let's see, where is my voice meter? Okay, so I got you plugged in, Cold Blood. All right, let's listen to what Jez has to say about this.
You're on record saying the whole slate is coming. Final Fantasy.
Yep. Not a Tokyo Game Show though.
Not a Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, I'll just say that now. Like, if you're expecting Final Fantasy VII, for example, to be announced at Tokyo Game Show, don't expect that this time round. But I think what you'll see is some Final Fantasy, maybe.
Ooh, like Final Fantasy 16?
I don't know exactly what, but you'll see some Final Fantasy which will hint at a broader partnership. So
what about
really
those,
lucky, maybe you'll be on Game Pass too.
What about those Final Fantasy Pixel remasters?
Dude, I would scream if that was confirmed. I don't know for certain exactly, but Pixel remasters would be a pretty good, pick. Pixel remasters is a dream game for me on Xbox Play Anywhere, because that's something that I will play on my Xbox and my TV. But also, it's a perfect game for a handheld. Not going to drain your battery when it's 2D like that, and also like the cross save stuff. That's a perfect game for that whole scenario. But we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't expect 7 this time around. But I still think
you're on.
So of course, this fanboy that brought it up had to add a little bit more spice to it than what there actually was. But he's saying that expect something from Final Fantasy. He doesn't know exactly what, but something to hint towards the broader relationship. Which, I mean, look, here's my take on it, and then I guess we'll close out with this. I don't care if games eventually make it anywhere else, but I think it's very clear, Cold Blood, that Square Enix's best approach to this is you release first on PlayStation or Nintendo, whatever, like they did with the Pixel, and then you take the time to tweak the game, get it right, because that's your core audience. Then once the game has been established, it's been complete, the support is done, then you can think about moving it elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but that should be your strategy, not this whole across the board strategy, because you clearly get one of your lower rated games in like Final Fantasy 15 at an 81 and a lower user score of 7.4. What are your thoughts on that? And then we'll close out.
Again, if Final Fantasy games come out later on Xbox, after they are optimized as much as possible on PlayStation, I mean, I guess it's okay. But if that shit is becoming day one on everything, bro, y'all know the quality is gonna go down.
Yep.
That Series S is gonna fuck PlayStation up so bad.
Yes.
Even their own fucking console, Series X, it's fucking suffering because of this dog shit. So yeah, I just pray that no, we gonna make everything day one now is being announced, because oh my god, that's gonna be the fucking end for Square Enix.
Yep, it's the end. It's the end, and they control their own destiny. It's up to them. But I'm not gonna be crying for them. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, but that whole theory that you gotta put your games everywhere, that's the problem. No, nothing has proven that. Nothing has proven that. All right, well, with that, y'all,
the Series S
go ahead.
The Series S has proven a lot.
Yeah, just proving why you should avoid. Yeah. No. Yeah, let them do day and date. Let them do day and date across the board and fucked it. Because look, here's the thing with Square Enix. As good as the game is at its core, the gameplay is, as far as optimization and stuff, they clearly even have problems doing it for one game, let alone a bunch of games. I mean, let alone doing it for one platform, let alone a bunch of platforms. They have a shitload of problems doing it for a bunch of platforms. So I think the last thing they want to do is, you know what I'm saying, having it launch in a whole bunch of places at once, doing parallel development. They are not good at that. So. All right, we closed the poll. Our final poll today. Are you currently in the market for the PlayStation 5 anniversary bundle? 47% of you said, yes, I'm getting the Pro version. 26% of you said, I'm only getting the controller / Portal. 21% of you said no. And 4% of you said, yes, I'm getting the base version. Great stuff. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I'm going to try. I don't know because I'm starting so late. I got to talk to my wife, and then there's something that just came up on my phone I got to deal with. But if everything is I'll keep you guys posted, and of course I'll keep you posted, Cold Blood. But if everything's a-okay in the next hour or so, I'm gonna play some more Space Marines. No guarantee because I got something just flashed up on my phone. But we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate it. And until next time, you guys have a wonderful gaming day. All right, peace.